Now, I had to come back and further detail a theory I had regarding my favorite character in Boruto right now, Kashin Mother effing Koji, and the theory of him being a Sarutobi clan member, specifically the son of the third Hokage, brother of Asuma, and father of Konohamaru. So my first video about this was uploaded about 9 months ago, and that was around Boruto chapter 22 to 23. Now the manga has further progressed, and I want to iterate my main points and detail some of the recent developments that support my theory even further, and possibly identify some scenarios in the series that could have been showing us a younger anbu, Kashin Koji Sarutobi. That just has a ring to it, you feel me? Kashin Koji Sarutobi, like that joint just go. Now of course I want to go back through my main supporting evidence towards Kashin Koji being a Sarutobi clan member, the son of Hiruzen Sarutobi. So first of all, we got to go straight from the physical appearance. I mean, everybody was hating on this, but Kashin Koji's beard, man, the beard game, like, is very similar to that of Asuma's and the third Hokage's, which could suggest they are very much related. I mean, just look at the beard. Like, you don't really see any other characters in Boruto and Naruto universe like that have that kind of beard action. Like, it's just, the moment I saw that, I thought of Asuma. So it's just like, if they're brothers, that makes sense. Kashin Koji would be the older brother of Asuma, so it would just make sense for him to have a beard that's very reminiscent of Asuma's and slightly the third Hokage's when he's older. So next, Kashin Koji is in charge of the outskirts sector of the Land of Fire in his organization Kata, and he personally says that he seems to be linked by fate to Konoha village, while he's seemingly reminiscing about these connections that he has with the village. Once it is said that the vessel Kawaki has been lost in his sector outside in the Land of Fire. So he literally says he seems to be linked by fate to Konoha village. And if you were a previous anbu working under the Hokage, your son's named after the village, and you basically operated in the village higher ups for that long, I'm pretty sure that would be considered to be linked by fate to this village, because everything just keeps coming back towards his home. Alright, so now the Trance of True Flames. Kashin Koji's signature technique is a never before seen fire style technique that utilizes unextinguishable flames. That said, everybody knows that the Sarutobi clan was well known for their secret fire style ninjutsu throughout the ninja world. Like, we all know the Sarutobi clan, when it came to that fire style, their skills were something vicious. So it makes sense seeing that the only kind of chakra nature that we've seen Kashin Koji utilize is fire style, and that just makes sense considering Sarutobi clan members, they're usually fire style experts. Okay, now when Kashin Koji killed the elder Kata member after the meeting they had, he called himself an assassin, and considering that I believe he is the third Hokage's anbu son, it would make sense that he has all these stealth, reconnaissance, and assassination skills, being a former elite Jonin anbu Black Ops member operating directly under the third Hokage. It just makes sense for him to be able to, even if you look in the recent manga chapters where Kashin Koji is spying on Boruto and Kawaki and he infiltrates the village, these are all kind of reconnaissance techniques. He just seems to have skill in the area of stealth, so it makes sense considering that I'm theorizing his background is anbu Black Ops. Okay, now in terms of Kashin Koji's actual motives, this part aligns with how Kashin Koji could possibly be of Konoha origins. Kashin Koji spares the lives of the Konoha ninja various times. He spares Boruto and his group's lives, always reasoning to why it's unnecessary to take them out. I remember when Delta was like, yo, we should just get rid of these Konoha bunch, like there's no need for them, we can just wash these dudes out. And Kashin Koji was like, hey man, we don't need to do that, all we need to do is gather more intel, don't worry about them. So he always seems to have an excuse to why he's keeping these Konoha shinobi around, possibly because he's not necessarily on the side of Konoha, because we really don't know, but he really is not trying to be malicious towards these Konoha shinobi. Now, Kashin Koji's chakra is registered within Konoha, so he can go and leave the village unnoticed, and Koji knows the logistics of the special unit that's led by the Yamanaka clan that monitors all those who enter and leave Konoha via their chakra. So I would assume this would only be known by the leaf higher ups, and if Koji is the third Hokage's son and former right hand anbu to the third Hokage, it makes perfect sense to why he has so much insight regarding the inner workings of the village. You can even look back to when Pain invaded the village. Before they were trying to actually get inside and do their assault, they dealt with this barrier jutsu as well, and Conan even questioned how Itachi and Kisame entered and left so easily, considering that they really had to go through this plan before they went inside the village. And Pain replied that Itachi was once Konoha Black Ops, so he knew the jutsu code to get through the barrier. So it might be the same case as Kashin Koji. He knows the jutsu code to get through the barrier because the dude is a previous Anbu Black Ops member. So this tie-in with Itachi very much can parallel with Koji, considering, in my theory, he is a former Black Ops, son of the third. So he's going to know the technique that allows you to get past the sensing barrier. So it's really just adding up, my guy. Like, as these chapters are coming along, I just need to see more Kashin Koji because I need to confirm this theory, because it just makes sense. Now, when Kashin Koji was spying on Boruto and Kawaki, to himself, Kashin Koji has stated that he was never really planning on meddling with Kawaki and Boruto during the time he was spying, and he actually says that he's counting on Kawaki and Boruto for something. So the fact that this man said he's counting on Kawaki and Boruto and he's not gonna meddle with them means that he actually holds value in them and he needs them to help him in some sort of way. So this pushes the notion that Kashin Koji is not an enemy to the leaf and that he's on this type of agenda in secrecy. So he also makes a comment regarding that if Jigen has the same healing power as Boruto, it's going to be a bit problematic. So that means that Jigen is seen as an enemy to Kashin Koji. Well, I would say an enemy to his ambitions or whatever Koji is trying to accomplish. Jigen is seen to be basically something in the way, so he's probably going to want to use Kawaki and Boruto in order to overthrow Jigen or just take him down, period. Now, the last piece that really I wanted to tie in with this video is Anbu Koji possibly being shown in the series. Again, since it's shown that Konohamaru's parents were an Anbu duo serving directly under the third Hokage and that they were elite Jonin, I believe that they were actually shown in the series. What if Konohamaru's father, Koji, and his mother, we don't know her name, are the Anbu duo that accompanied the third Hokage when he went to apprehend Orochimaru upon finding out of his malicious antics? Because when the third Hokage busted into Orochimaru's basically hideout where he was doing all these experiments, he had two Anbu with him. He had one male, one female. The male Anbu mask is similar, is basically the same design as the Anbu that we were shown to be Konohamaru's parents in that special chapter. And then considering that they were told to be a duo in that special chapter, there's another Anbu member with the third that's a female. So it just makes sense if they're operating as a duo and they were considered the two right hands of the third Hokage. Who else would he approach Orochimaru with, considering those are his two right hands, and Orochimaru was at the time probably one of the most dangerous shinobi in that village. So it seems that we see this same Anbu male member that possibly is Kashin Koji during the Pain arc, when Pain basically destroyed the village, and right after that when Danzo was on some BS, elected as a temporary 6th Hokage. At that meeting and during the Pain attack, that same Anbu member that busted Orochimaru with the third Hokage is seen, except this time he's possibly a squad leader because he has the white hood on and everything like that, but the mask design is the same. So this could be Kashin Koji, and considering that Boruto takes place a good amount of years after this series happens, it would be normal for Koji to develop silver hair and have his hair longer if he's really not affiliated with the village anymore. So also I want to say that another piece really connected for me in terms of this theory. the special chapter that introduced the entire team Konohamaru, that we're getting this identity of Konohamaru's parents from, where they show the two Anbu, is being narrated by Mitsuki, a clone of Orochimaru. Now this is interesting considering that Mitsuki has a lot of knowledge that Orochimaru possesses, considering Orochimaru is just really a brainiac. He knows a lot of stuff. So Mitsuki knows that Konohamaru's parents are these two Anbu that used to serve as the two right hands of the third Hokage, and these Anbu individuals that came into direct contact with Orochimaru upon discovery of his defection from the village, I believe that that Anbu that busted Orochimaru was Konohamaru's father. That Anbu member has had direct contact with Orochimaru when he was with the third Hokage, so it makes sense that Mitsuki would know this information because Orochimaru knew of it. So the third Anbu's son was known to be an Anbu because of Orochimaru, and therefore Mitsuki would know it just because they probably share information like OD. So in one of the recent chapters, Kashin Koji also knew that Mitsuki was the son of Orochimaru during his battle with Team 7. He commented to Mitsuki saying, "How wise of you, child of Orochimaru," when Mitsuki advised Sarada not to approach him because they basically needed to fall back. So Kashin Koji, he knows who Konohamaru is by first and last name. He knows who Mitsuki is and Mitsuki's background. For you to know Mitsuki's background, my dude, only but so many people really know the origins of Mitsuki. Like, not that many people know that. So for you to know that he's the son of Orochimaru, like, that's some crazy stuff, man. Like, you really have to be within that whole hierarchy within the village. That's really the information that I have regarding me just solidifying this theory some more. I really think that this dude is Kashin Koji. This Anbu member that is Konohamaru's father is Kashin Koji, because it just makes sense. Like, when Konohamaru asked, like, "Who are you, man?" once he saw that rasengan, Kashin Koji just smirked and he said, "Hey, man, Konohamaru, you're good, but you still basically have a lot to learn." And then he hit him with that Trance of True Flames. So I feel like it was kind of like a father. If it's his father, he's looking at him like, "Hey, man, like, you're doing well, but you have much to learn." Then my man hit him with them flames. I feel like he wasn't going to fully kill Konohamaru. I just feel like that dialogue between them, that short little dialogue between them once Konohamaru was shocked and was asking, like, "Who are you?" that really kind of like intrigued Koji, and he knew Konohamaru by first and last name. So, like, come on, man. And he was basically like, "Let's see what a Konoha Jonin is capable of." So I mean, it makes sense. And to basically argue against, these are my points against Kashin Koji being Jiraiya. The build is not Jiraiya. Jiraiya was not built like Kashin Koji. I know people say it could be a modified body of Jiraiya, but just off rip, they are not built the same. Jiraiya's hair is white, not silver. Like, dude, the similarity is with, people say, the frog jutsu, the rasengan. People say that the little markings below his eyes, but also Sarutobi had those same kind of similar markings when he was younger. I don't want it to be Jiraiya because it doesn't make sense, and it's gonna be some stupid stuff. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. It makes more sense, this theory makes more sense to me than it being Jiraiya. That's just me, because there's no reason that they're inputting information that we never knew throughout the whole entire series. We never knew anything about Konohamaru's parents until that Boruto special chapter came out. Why would you need to tell us this information if you left out it so long? Why would you write in that information and basically give us a picture of them? Why would you do that? It's put in place so that this can go on right now. It just adds up, man. I think that this theory is more solid than any fucking Jiraiya theory that people have. Keep it a band. Like, I think it's way more valid than any Jiraiya theory people may have. That's just me. Do you agree with me? Leave it down in the comment section below. I will keep making updates on this theory as new developments occur. I really love this theory. This junk getting me hyped. So I'm definitely anticipating to see more Kashin Koji in the next chapter. Next chapter gonna be crazy. Delta versus Naruto. There's gonna be some nut stuff. So Stay tuned. Anime Analyst, Young Jiki Ninja, we out of here. Peace.